I'm Amber.
And I'm Maxwell.
Welcome to Seriously Cereal. Thanks to our supporters on Patreon, we now post 2 episodes every Saturday.
You can support the show for as low as $2 a month and get awesome rewards.
Cold weather is here, and you know what that means.
Hot cereal.
Today's cereal is...
Maltmeal. So, I don't really know that much about Maltmeal. It looks delicious. I'm just going to say that right now going off the box. But, what's your history of this, Amber?
So actually I know a lot about Maltmeal. So I've never had cream of wheat. I always had Maltmeal because in the South, Maltmeal is like it.
Yeah, that's what I always have, cream of wheat.
Yeah, so...
rice, cream of rice, actually.
So here's a couple of things about Maltmeal. First of all, Maltmeal is, and I think it still is, incredibly cheap.
Oh.
Like this whole box when I was a kid was maybe $1.
Wow.
Yeah. And if you look, a serving size is 3 tablespoons of dry, and there's 29 servings per package.
Oh, wow.
So for $1, you can get like 2 kids. 29 servings, that's 3 tablespoons of dry is probably pretty generous for 2 kids to eat. So you get 29 meals for 2 kids for like super cheap.
Wow.
So I grew up in East Texas, and my house did not have heating. We had like one heater in the living room, and then we had like an open flame heater in the bathroom right under the towel rack, which was super safe. But like we didn't have heating, and my brother and I had to ride the bus to school, and the way our bus route worked, we were either the first kids picked up or the last kids picked up, and they would switch during the year. But when we were the first kids picked up in the winter, we had to get up at like 6 o'clock in the morning.
Oh. So
the great thing about this is that it was warm and it helped get us going in the morning. And it's very versatile. You can do different things with it to make it taste different ways. It has a muffin recipe. I don't think we ever had Maltmeal muffins.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. They just sound like wheat muffins, so maybe they're probably very dense muffins because Maltmeal itself is a very dense thing.
You might have to add like something to them.
Yeah. This just has a basic muffin recipe, but you might have blueberries or stuff in it.
Yeah.
And another thing is that you can make it in the microwave, which is great. So you can make it in the microwave with a stovetop. And then it says you can make it with water, but you can also make it with like warm milk. So it's very, like they said, it's been making hot cereal since 1919.
Wow.
So I don't know. I don't know if it says where it's from. Minnesota, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, this was our cream of wheat.
Yeah.
And I've never actually had cream of wheat. I've only had Maltmeal.
Well, honestly, it's again sort of the reverse for me, so I'm really interested to try this. Should we dive right in?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Alright, so before we dig in, I should note that this was made using a little bit of butter, sugar, and nutmeg, I believe. Aside from that, though, it was made entirely like it was on the box. That means it was made with water, not milk. So it is looks a little like rural.
It's very like solid. If you like it soupier, like you said, you can add more water, you can add milk, you can make it soupier. And a really good mom made this because when you make Maltmeal, you have to constantly stir it. But if you don't constantly stir it, you get little lumps. And actually, my brother and I liked the little lumps because they were like a weird little texture thing.
Yeah, sort of like that like tapioca pudding almost. Is that
almost? Yeah, like
the one with the little balls.
Like the little tapioca balls.
Yeah,
the boba balls. Yeah, but these are just like little weird whitish gray lumps. But we liked the lumps. And especially if you do it in the microwave, you get those lumps.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Alright, let's give this a shot. Actually, it tastes a lot like cream of rice.
Yeah, it's it doesn't require a lot of chewing, but it's like very like it goes down easy. It's very easy to eat.
It's definitely a little buttery, so that's the butter. You can taste that.
Yeah, and butter's a good addition, and you don't want to. You can add sugar. Obviously, these days you don't want to add a lot of sugar to things.
Yeah.
But you could add like raisins. You couldn't add nuts, but you can add nuts.
You can add nuts.
Yeah, you can add nuts. Blueberries, strawberries. I mean,
you can add that. I won't.
you have to think if you eat this every day, you start getting tired of the same thing. So you start thinking of what you can put in it.
But honestly, that happens with like everything, doesn't it?
Yeah, you can put like brown sugar in it.
Yeah, no, that could be really good.
No,
yep, you're absolutely right. It goes down like super easy. No need to like, you don't even have to really chew it.
And when it's super warm, I mean, you think about it, it's like going down warm, and then you're gonna go out into the cold and stand and wait for a bus, kind of thing. Or even out playing in a snow day, which is rare in East Texas, but you get them. So you come in and like,
eventually.
Yeah, so you come in and get a bowl of malto meal and warm up.
This is definitely interesting.
Yeah, it's one thing I wouldn't like put it in the fridge to reheat later. Yeah. But it's like so, like if we poured it out in the box, you would see how tiny the grains are, and then they turn into this.
Now, I definitely say that it is a little more savory.
Yeah.
A little bit. Like it is a little sweet with the sugar, but I feel like without that it would be more on the savory side.
Right, and you could have I've never tried it savory. I mean, I'm from the South, we add sugar to everything.
Just like
sugar and butter.
Not like quite savory, but more on that side.
Yeah, no. Yeah. You could probably, I don't know, maybe add pumpkin to it?
Oh.
That would be.
That would be interesting.
But, I don't know, I always, this like brings back my childhood. And I've had malto meal a little bit since I've been an adult, but it's really sad to say that my 8-year-old has not had malto meal yet, and I probably should introduce him to it.
Helen, we're talking about you. You should try this, buddy.
He'd be like, what is that?
Is this mashed potato?
Yeah. But I mean, it's also good like when you're sick.
Yeah.
It's good when you have teeth issues. I mean, because it is easy to eat. And like I said, if you don't want it to be like, and as it gets colder and colder, it becomes lumpier and lumpier.
Yeah, it does.
So, I don't know, maybe if it got cold enough, you could use it as cement paste or something.
So versatile! Malto meal making its breakthrough into the construction scene soon.
Because I do remember, like, you have to put water in the pan and rinse the pan out immediately. Otherwise, it's not easy to wash the pan that you cooked it in.
You gotta like take like the rough side, like
the SOS pad. Better hope it's not a non-stick pan. But no, I mean, yeah, it tastes like I remember.
Yeah, pretty good. And look forward to the first ever environmentally degradable cement coming soon. So obviously in winter, there's really only spooners here because I can't really be a snacker with this. I mean, look at that. You're not gonna be eating that with your hands. And while you could eat it with your hands, as once it's like made, don't. But anyways, do you mind if I go first?
No, go ahead.
All right. I would say I would give it a 3 out of 5 spoons. I'd say. Perfectly average for me. I think I prefer like cream of rice a little bit more, but that's just me personally. I honestly didn't really like this, but I think I prefer something that's a little bit denser. That's just me. How about you?
I think I would give it a 5 out of 5 spoons because I prefer that over like oatmeal. Because I feel like you can't really make oatmeal. You can't play with the thickness of oatmeal. Yeah. It's just oatmeal. And then, like I said, it's so versatile that you can just do so much with it. And I don't know, maybe it's my southern, but yeah, cream of rice. I've never tried it, but I mean, it just doesn't.
Yeah.
To me, rice is something different.
Hey, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Cool stuff.
Have you tried malto meal? What did you think of it? Tell us in the comments below what you thought of it and what you might add to it.
And after that, don't forget that you can still join us over at the CRCC on Patreon. You'll get an original certificate every month, and hey, maybe you'll get the occasional exclusive content once in a while. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.